The boarding announcement echoed softly through the airport terminal, but the man standing near gate 27 barely noticed it. His name was Daniel Wright. In his arms, he held the most precious thing left in his life. His daughter. Lily's head rested against his chest, her small body light but heavy with meaning. She clutched a worn blue teddy bear, the one her mother had given her before the hospital rooms replaced bedtime stories. Daniel gently rocked her as the crowd moved around them. Businessmen checking watches, families laughing, couples arguing softly. He felt invisible. And in many ways, he preferred it that way. "Daddy," Lily whispered, her voice sleepy but uncertain. "Are we going up in the sky again?" "Yes, sweetheart," he said softly. "Just like the birds." She nodded, trusting him completely, and closed her eyes again. That trust terrified him more than anything he had ever faced. Because once, long ago, Daniel had trusted the sky too. Richard Coleman boarded the plane like he owned it. The CEO of one of the largest tech corporations in the world, Richard moved with the confidence of a man who had never been told no and had forgotten how it felt to need help. His tailored suit fit perfectly. His shoes shone. His phone buzzed constantly with messages that reminded him how important he was. First class greeted him with silence, leather seats, and respectful smiles. This was where he belonged. As he settled into seat 2A, Richard glanced toward the curtain separating first class from economy plus. He didn't know why, perhaps habit, perhaps boredom, but that was when he noticed Daniel. A man in a faded jacket. Holding a child. Sitting stiffly, like he didn't want to take up space. Richard's lips tightened. "Unreal," he muttered under his breath. The man beside him looked up. "What?" "Nothing," Richard said, then added quietly, "Just surprises me who they let on planes these days." The man chuckled politely. Daniel heard the tone. He always did. But he didn't. "Look up." He focused on Lily's breathing instead. Slow. Even. Safe. "Daddy," she murmured again. "I'm here," he whispered instantly, tightening his hold just enough for her to feel him. "Sleep." He had learned that tone in places where fear could kill you. Calm voices saved lives. The flight attendant stopped beside Richard. "Good afternoon, Mr. Coleman. Welcome back. Champagne?" "Yes," Richard replied, then tilted his head slightly toward Daniel. "Maybe some water for him. He looks exhausted." The attendant followed his gaze. She saw the man holding his child like the world might collapse if he loosened his grip. "He's fine," she said quietly. Richard frowned. Daniel closed his eyes for a brief second. He wasn't exhausted because of the flight. He was exhausted because every night, when Lily slept, he relived the same moment. The knock on the door. The uniforms. The words were sorry. He had survived war zones, missile locks, and burning skies. But nothing had prepared him for surviving her. The plane taxied, then lifted smoothly into the air. Lily stirred as the ground fell away. "Daddy," she whispered, fear creeping in. "Mommy doesn't like planes." Daniel swallowed. "I know," he said gently. "But she'd want us to be brave." Lily nodded slowly and pressed her face into his chest. The plane leveled off. For a few minutes, everything felt normal. Then the sky reminded Daniel why he had once walked away from it. The first jolt was sharp and sudden. The plane dropped just enough to steal breath from lungs. Screams erupted instantly. Lily woke crying, her small hands gripping his shirt like anchors. "It's okay," Daniel said immediately, his voice steady even as his heart rate spiked. "Daddy's here. Daddy's got you." Another jolt followed, harder. The lights flickered. Then came the sound. A deep, metallic grinding that made Daniel's blood turn cold. He knew that sound. Oxygen masks dropped. Panic spread like fire. Richard grabbed the armrests, his face pale. "The Confidence drained from him in seconds. "What the hell is happening?" he whispered. The intercom crackled. Silence. Then the captain's voice broke through, strained and shaking. "Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. We have experienced a critical systems failure." Daniel felt Lily shaking. He wrapped his arms around her fully now, shielding her head instinctively. "If there is any fighter pilot, military pilot, or advanced aviation specialist on board," the captain continued, urgency bleeding through every word, "please identify yourself immediately." The cabin froze. No one spoke. No one moved. Daniel closed his eyes. He hadn't planned on ever hearing that call again. Slowly, deliberately, he raised his hand. "I'm a former Air Force fighter pilot," he said clearly. 15 years active duty." Gasps rippled through the cabin. Richard's head snapped around. "That," he whispered. "That guy?" The flight attendant rushed over, eyes wide. "Sir, the captain needs you in the cockpit. Now." Daniel looked down at Lily. Her eyes were wet with fear. "Daddy," she whispered. He knelt in front of her, heartbreaking and steady all at once. "Listen to me," he said softly, holding her face gently. "I need to help the plane. Just like fixing a toy when it breaks." She shook her head. "Don't go." He pressed his forehead to hers. "I always come back," he said. "I promise." She clutched his jacket until the last possible second. As Daniel stood and walked toward the cockpit, something inside him shifted. The single father faded. The pilot returned. And 35,000 feet above the ground, with fear in every seat and a child's promise echoing in his ears, Daniel Wright walked back into the sky he had sworn never to face again. The cockpit door closed behind Daniel with a heavy, final sound. For a brief moment, he simply stood there. The smell hit him first: heated metal, recycled air, and something faintly burnt. Warning alarms screamed from every direction, sharp and relentless, the kind of sound that crawled straight into the spine. The captain's hands were shaking as he gripped the controls. "Thank God," the captain breathed when he saw Daniel. "We're losing hydraulic pressure fast. Autopilot's dead. Flight controls are sluggish." Daniel didn't answer right away. He stepped forward slowly, eyes scanning every gauge, every blinking light. His mind shifted gears the way it hadn't in years. Muscle memory took over. Training burned away hesitation. "All right," Daniel said calmly, his voice steady despite the chaos. "Let's slow this down. Tell me exactly what failed, and when." The first officer swallowed. "We heard a bang. Pressure drop. Then the warning cascade." Daniel nodded. "Okay. We don't panic. We prioritize." Outside the cockpit windshield, clouds rushed past like torn cotton. The plane shuddered again, a long, violent tremor that made the captain curse under his breath. In the cabin, screams rose. Lily clung to the flight attendant, her face buried against the woman's shoulder. "Where's my daddy?" she cried softly. "He promised." The flight attendant's own hands trembled, but she forced calm into her voice. "He's helping the plane, sweetheart. He's very brave." Lily shook her head. "He's not brave. He's my daddy." The words pierced through the attendant's chest like glass. Back in first class, Richard Coleman felt something he hadn't felt since childhood. Helplessness. His phone lay useless in his lap. There were no assistants to call. No money to throw at the problem. No control. Just gravity. Just fate. And the man he had mocked. Richard's mind replayed the moment again and again, the look he had given Daniel, the dismissive tone, the casual cruelty. People like that. The plane. Jolted hard enough to knock his head back. Richard gasped, panic clawing up his throat. "This can't be happening," he whispered. For the first time in decades, Richard prayed, not for success, not for advantage, but for mercy. Daniel's hands moved smoothly over the controls. Okay, he said. We're going manual. Reduce descent rate. Balance thrust. Keep her steady. The captain followed his instructions without question. Sweat dripped down Daniel's back, but his voice never wavered. Inside his mind, memories surfaced uninvited. A desert sky. Missile warnings screaming. A radio crackling with orders. And then, a hospital room. White walls. Machines going quiet. He pushed the memory away. Focus. Hydraulics aren't responding fully, the first officer said. We may lose landing gear. Daniel's jaw tightened. We'll find a way, he said. We always do. The plane shuddered again, harder this time. The captain looked at Daniel, eyes filled with raw fear. If this doesn't work. Daniel cut him off gently. It will. Because failure wasn't an option. Not with Lily on board. In the cabin, a man began to sob openly. A woman whispered prayers in a language Lily didn't understand. The flight attendant knelt in front of Lily and handed her the oxygen mask. Can you put this on for me? She asked gently. Lily nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks. Daddy said I'm strong, she whispered. Yes, the attendant said, her own voice breaking. He's right. Minutes dragged on. 10. 15. Every second stretched painfully long. The captain's voice came over the intercom, strained but controlled. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. We are preparing for an emergency landing. Panic surged again. Richard felt his chest tighten. Emergency landing. The words echoed like a death sentence. He gripped the seat in front of him and closed his eyes. I'm sorry, he whispered into the empty air. I'm sorry. Runways in range, the first officer said suddenly. Daniel leaned forward. Through the windshield, lights appeared small at first, then growing larger. There, Daniel said. That's home. The plane shook violently as they descended through thick clouds. Warning alarms blared louder. The captain's breathing became ragged. Stay with me, Daniel said firmly. Eyes on the instruments. Trust the process. Below them, the ground rushed closer. Too fast. Pull back, Daniel ordered. Now. The nose lifted just enough. The runway filled the windshield. Inside the cabin, people screamed as the landing gear slammed down with a bone-shaking impact. The plane bounced once. Twice. Lily screamed, clutching the seat. Then, hard impact. The wheels hit the runway. The plane skidded, metal screaming against asphalt. Sparks flew past the windows. Richard braced himself for death. Then, slowing. Stillness. Silence. For a heartbeat, no one breathed. Then the realization hit. They were alive. The cabin exploded into sobs, screams, prayers, applause. People hugged strangers. Some collapsed into the aisle. In the cockpit, the captain dropped his head into his hands and cried. Daniel exhaled slowly, the tension finally releasing from his body. We're down, he said quietly. We're safe. The cockpit door opened. Daniel stepped back into the cabin. The applause was deafening. Lily broke free from the flight attendant and ran toward him, sobbing. Daddy! Daniel dropped to his knees and caught her, holding her tighter than he ever had before. I came back, he whispered into her hair. I told you. She clung to him, shaking. I was so scared. I know, he said softly. I was scared too. Around them, people cried openly. Richard stood frozen, tears streaming down his face. The man he had judged. The man he had mocked. Had saved them all.